Hello and welcome to the channel, and for today's video of the custom showcase we are going to look at the custom that I did on the Siege Mirage. It's a pretty basic no, and when I mean basic I mean basic because I didn't really do a lot to this guy. And doing something a little different. I'm gonna start off in vehicle mode because I think a lot of the added paint that I did is mostly featured in this mode, although again it's featured in robot mode, but I guess it's showcased better in this mode because basically all I did was add a silver paint to him. um, Not much else to it. Let me get in a little closer here. So these are just his guns. The guns I did paint. They were in a regular. You can see there the handle. It's just the gray. They were casted in gray plastic. So I painted these in silver. The gun, the black portion was already painted, even though you can see there the handle is a different color. That's just straight up from the factory, I believe. Trying to remember. I did paint the little missile here. Also in silver. Yeah, this was already factory painted, so they casted it in a gray and painted it black, as opposed to casting it in black along with the tires. I don't know why they did it in gray, but hey, whatever, Hasbro. And on this guy, so the thing about this figure is that it was the first transformer that I painted using Tamiya paints. Let me look up real quick which paint I used. 1 second, I'm gonna pause. Okay, so the paint that I ended up using is this chrome silver X11, and for mostly the parts that I used was everything that was cast in the gray plastic on the figure. So that would ended up being these parts here. You can see some of it rubbing off a little bit there on this hinge. So that's on both sides. And then these like suspension parts from the front wheels, I ended up painting those as well. You can see it here on the bottom better. All of this was painted silver, as well as the bottom part of the wing, the front wing, that wasn't painted. Just the upper part that came painted. No, I actually painted that myself. No, I don't remember what color it was originally. But yeah, they can see some of those bits of brush marks. So yeah, I painted the front wing as well. And then near the back, this part here, this was painted silver. As well as the front part. These are hinges, elbow hinges. No, wrist hinges, I believe. Yeah, these are the wrists because the hands fold on the inside, towards the inside. This is the bicep part, right there. And these are the shoulders. So I ended up painting these silver bits here. And on the bottom you can see these parts here that were painted silver, as well as these right there where the pins are. And then underneath this part over here, all of these hinges were all painted silver. As well as these parts here on the inside of the leg, on the leg, of the wheel. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that is silver and shown on the figure here in vehicle mode. Let me pause it. I'll transform him and I'll show you how it looks in robot mode. Before going further, just when I opened the wings, that exposed some other parts here that I painted, just so you can see. I added some gunmetal and gold there, and as well as on here. Which will be shown better in robot mode. So let me pause. So here we have Mirage in his robot mode. I just added the weapons just to show how I have them displayed. I forget if the rocket goes on this side or this side. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so you can see a lot of the silver bits that I painted here now, and also some other ones that weren't really shown in his race car mode. So let's take a closer look. So on his face, I didn't do anything because didn't really need anything to be done. Some may want to go ahead and paint these little side vents on him, but I thought it wasn't really necessary. So you can see here on his shoulders, these parts here are these hinges, whatever, painted silver. You can see the forearm and the bicep parts that I mentioned while transforming him. While lifting the back wing, you can see those bits here. And then on his hips, those parts weren't shown in robot mode, but you can see that those were also painted silver. And here are the inside parts of his legs, which are the front part of the race car mode. So all of this was painted silver, and his feet painted silver. Feet painted silver on the bottom. And then on his back, there is some added detail that wasn't shown in vehicle mode. So you can see there some metallic blue, some gold, and some gunmetal. And then you can see there on the back end, the hinges there for the wheels were also painted. And just the back of his arms, right? Pretty simple. The figure itself, I mean, the The oh, and I did paint this chest, the part here on that's on his neck, or the plate that is neck, around his neck. I also painted that silver. So all in all, the the Mirage figure, although the Siege line was known for having a lot of detail in the figures, I just showed the Ironhide and the Ratchet. Those figures have a lot of detail. Other Siege figures that I've shown, like the Datsuns, Prowl and Blue Streak, you know, they all have a lot of detail on them. But for the Mirage, they stayed pretty much clean, for a better lack of a better word. Not a lot of detail, other than some parts here and there. You can see, just some little bits here on the bottom of his feet, and then on his back, all of this. But other than that, the figure's pretty clean. That's why he made for such a good looking, also, Earth mode, if you could say, option. The new Mirage that came out in Earth mode is pretty much the same thing, except he doesn't have the transparent plastic on his, the transparent parts here. And the Toy Hacks stickers did a good job of replicating an Earth mode for this guy. If you don't want to purchase the Earthrise version of Mirage, you can still find this guy, get the sticker set, and he's gonna look like a basic Formula One race car. And yeah, that's about it for this guy. Like I said, pretty simple, just a lot of silver paint, some splashes of different colors here and there. But for the most part, it was a pretty simple custom on this guy. So yeah, thank you for, again, if for those that are attempting to get into the customizing arena of customizing action figures, this is a pretty good figure to start off with, because there's not a lot of intimidating areas, on the figure, as far as, to approaching and wondering, oh man, where do I start? This guy is pretty simple to customize, in my opinion. So obviously I could have done, more if I wanted. There are parts here that I could have painted. I might have switched up parts here on the arms and whatnot, or on the feet. But all in all, I didn't feel it was necessary for the figure. So that's why I kept it pretty basic. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. This was the custom for Siege Mirage, and I'll see you on the next one.